All right, game two for the Super Saturday. Cowboys take down the Raiders in an extremely humid game in North Queensland. They even had drinks breaks in this one, so bit of an anomaly weather kind of game. And I think the Cowboys just had the advantage there, being kind of used to it more than Canberra would be. So they pick up their first win of the season, I believe. And yeah, at the top here we've got Jake Clifford, 2 tries, a solid performance from their halfback, and just another nail in the coffin, really, for Tom Duffy. We're probably not going to be seeing him back anytime soon. So if you still have Tom Duffy, I'd be looking to sell him pretty urgently to another cash cow that is playing. And yeah, I mean, unless Duffy's your only red dot, you could use him to loop going forward. But at this point in the season, we really want to be loading up on as many cash cows as possible. So I'd probably recommend selling him this round. Drinkwater finally picks up a big score here, so he's actually going to make a little bit of money this week. 62, so he picked up his 5 goals here, try assist, 4 tackle breaks, 3 offloads. So when Cowboys are doing well, he tends to be doing well, and Drinkwater is one that is going to be definitely on my watch list this week. Definitely a potential trade-in target. But then again, they have 2 more games and then a bye, so it may be wise to give him these next 2 games just to make sure that he's going to be. The Cowboys are turning a page here in form. But if you do want to get rid of like a Trebojevic, Tommy, or some other wing fullback, Drinkwater is a prime candidate. I think with the goal kicking, it puts him up to a potential 55-point average. And after their round 7 bye, their bye schedule is really good. I think they have the round 27 bye, which means they only have the round 7, the round 27, and one other bye between that. Let's see when it is. Round 12. So yeah, owning Cowboys will be pretty important between after their round 12 bye as well. But yeah, if they've got Penrith next week, so may not be the best point to jump onto Drinkwater. But yeah, buying him for the Titans game into the Warriors, and then Penrith again. Oh, Manly. That's actually a tough kind of run of games. All these teams are in pretty good form except Penrith, but no Cleary. And then they've got the Tigers and the Storm as well, 2 teams that are doing pretty well. Well, have I just talked myself out of him? Nah, I think Drinkwater, he's still. If the Cowboys can just compete in these games, they've shown over the past 2 games that they can definitely compete with strong teams. So Canberra no pushover, that's for sure. But yeah, impressive score from him. John Bateman, so 61 here. If you did hold on, you'll be really pleased with this. He even came off for 5 minutes at the end. I think I've seen a few Cowboys fans sort of annoyed at how he's played in the game. Obviously, he's getting good fantasy scores, but maybe his actual NRL gameplay hasn't been too good. So I just hope he holds a spot. I'm sure he will, but we've seen that Nanai did get dropped a couple of weeks ago, so I'm sure no one is safe in this Cowboys team from getting dropped if they're not performing. But yeah, 43 tackles. He's just a tackling machine, and then he loves to make a crab run as well. So yeah, hopefully you held on, but if you did jump off to get Haas, then yeah, it's unfortunate, but Bateman just, yeah, it was tough to trust whether he was going to be able to put up the sort of good fantasy numbers he's shown he can do it this week, so I'd still be looking to hold strong here. In terms of buying, I feel like there's probably better options at this moment. He did have a turnover tackle as well, so yeah, possibly one to avoid until we'll see how he goes after their round 7 bye. Cotter, big minutes this week, 72 minutes, 54 points. That's about a bit more what we'd expect from him. One of their best players should be out in the field for those big minutes, and yeah, he's going to lose a little bit of money here, and would be someone we would look at buying, but just the fact that they've got the buy and then he's also a walk up for Origin. I don't think we can look at him just yet, but if his price sort of hangs low around through the Origin period, he could definitely be a final team keeper that we look at later in the season. Robson puts up his best score for the season, 51 here, 80 minutes as always. But yeah, he's going to lose a little bit more money. Same situation as Cotter. If he does play Origin, we're probably just not going to have him in our team. But if he doesn't play Origin and someone like Coruscant is the hooker, even Wade Egan, then I think Robson would be a very good option to own over the buy period or the Origin period. So we'll just have to wait and see for that. But chances are he will be the Blues hooker. So yeah. Tom Dearden, still losing money here, but he's put up a decent score with a try. But yeah, wouldn't be looking at him just yet. Definitely would be wanting him to drop a significant amount of cash before we consider buying him. Talangi, just a standard sort of winger with a try score here, wouldn't be going there. Purdue, 36 points here, so he's going to make another 30 to 40k, which is lovely if you have held on. And he's someone that in a week where we probably had to start him, he's put up a 36, so really impressive. The best part here is the 217 metres gained. That's really strong for a centre, extremely impressive actually. And yeah, I didn't catch the whole game. I'm not sure if he had any runaways there, but he did have one line break, so he might have done. But hold strong on him. Don't know if I'd be looking to start him next week against Penrith, but yeah, pretty impressive from him, and he's going to keep making you a bit of money, so that is good. McIntyre and Nanai, standard stuff from them. Nanai not playing the full game at the moment, so he's just a ignore, and McIntyre is just not really relevant. Same goes for Neem, not getting the minutes to be relevant. Derby makes 10k here with a try. Braden Burns is probably 3 to 4 weeks away, so yeah, he may make a little bit of money here, but if you were jumping on, you probably want to have already done it. I think there's better options out there to be pivoting to if you need a cash cow. Cheapy, I'd probably be looking at Thomas Jenkins. Tamalolo, just 35 minutes here, so wouldn't be going there. Same goes for McLean. He's probably the most irrelevant player in the whole game. Fantasy-wise, that is. Kai O'Donnell, just 35 minutes starting on the second row here. 23 points, so he's going to make a little bit more money, but if you did happen to jump on him, you can probably look to sell him this week. Vilea, 14 points in 80 minutes at centre here. This is well within his wheelhouse, and if you do happen to own him, I think he's a definite urgent sell. He's losing money. Cohen Hess, just the 12 minutes. Interesting usage there, but hopefully you don't own him. Over to Canberra, we've got Tarpany leading the way, 61 with a try in 56 minutes. So he returns from suspension. He's a walk up sort of 50 to 55 minutes, and yeah, he's gonna not drop any more money here. But probably one we don't look at the moment. We probably want a few low scores from him, bring his price down a little bit more, and then he could become a decent option over the Origin period. Obviously, he's a Kiwi. He will not be playing Origin, so one to look at in maybe a month's time. Fogarty, 55 here, just really solid scoring in the base stat categories. 28 tackles, 447 kick meters, 4 goals and a try assist, 4 forced dropouts as well. So yeah, decent stuff from him, but yeah, one I wouldn't be looking at the moment. He's going to lose a bit of money here, and yeah, wouldn't be going there at the moment. Just a bit too expensive. Tamale, so he was on about 6 at half time, I recall, and ended up on 50. So that's amazing for owners. 30% of us. So it was happy days for Tamale. Break even of 24. So that's going to kick his price up in the right direction again after a low score last week. And yeah, he picked up a nice try. Dart out of dummy half. 2 line breaks, 8 tackle breaks, 165 metres gained. Really nice stat line here, and continue to start him in your 17 because he's just. I keep chatting him up every week. I think he's a really exciting young gun to have in your team every week, and just the 8 tackle breaks, 165 metres gained. He's going to be. His carries are really good, and he's hard to stop. So, yeah, really impressed there. Horsburgh, 48 and 59 minutes. So, his lowest score of the season, but definitely not a disaster. 48 is still really good for someone at his price. And, yeah, 3 offloads. It's just a couple of negatives. Actually, not too bad. The 3 penalties here, 2 errors, and a missed tackle. So, yeah, I think he gave away a few game-changing penalties as well, which is unfortunate. But hopefully Ricky can see that Horsburgh's got, the team's at best intentions at first, and he keeps playing him for those 60 odd minutes because Horsburgh is a gun fantasy scorer when he gets those minutes. Hudson Young, fairly standard from him, 45 here, but way too expensive to be going into. Mariota, 42 minutes, so a bit more than he usually gets, and he scored well in that time, but I don't think we can trust him getting these minutes every week. Mooney only got 19, so I think between them, every week they'll get 60 minutes each, but it's kind of unsure who's going to get more of them. It was Mooney last week, it was Mariota this week, so I wouldn't be jumping in there. Savage, after a really low one last week, I think. He's got a 42 with a try, but wouldn't be jumping in there. Nicholson, 42 and 80 minutes, so he did play the 80 here, but just 42 points. Not ideal, but still going to make you 20 to 25k here. It's absolutely fine, and I'd continue to start him if he's going to get the 80. That's perfect. He should get you 40 points as a floor, and Hosking's still probably pretty far away, so I wouldn't look to buy him at this point. He's probably a bit too expensive, but definitely an easy hold and start. Starling, one that a few people might have jumped on after his good start to the season. Only 56 minutes here, so it is a little bit concerning, but he still scored a 41, so it's not the end of the world, but I think if he continues to only get between these 50 to 60 minutes, his price is going to plateau in the next couple of weeks, and I think he's one you can look to move on if this does keep happening. I'd say in a couple of weeks he'd be a candidate to jump off, but not just yet. Hold strong and definitely don't buy. Papali'i, 38 and 42 here, just standard from him, wouldn't be going there. Timoko, 32 without a try. Started the season really well, and now he's had a few lower scores, so hopefully no one sort of chase those, because he's going to be around that 40 average player, and that's about where he's priced, so wouldn't be going there. KO Weeks, not very fantasy relevant, still losing money. Same goes for Strange, he's going to lose a big chunk of money here as well, just 29 points. Sasangi, 21 minutes here, 21 points while he's coming off the bench. He is in a void. Trey Mooney, only 19 minutes after a really impressive game last week. So, bit bizarre. And if you did happen to jump on him after last week's impressive performance where he put up 60 points in 40 odd minutes, I think, it's pretty concerning. And he's starting at prop as well. That was a late change, and then we're also going to have Morgan Smithies come back, so Mooney could be possibly out of the side. It'll either be him or Mariota. So if he is named on the bench next week, I think you may want to try and jump off him pretty quickly. And if he is out of the side with Smithies coming back, then I think he's a pretty easy sell to Katoga or Jenkins. Seb Chris, 17 and 80 minutes. He definitely has a low game in him, and we've seen that this week. And Owen Paddy, just the 24 minutes here for 16 points. So still not playing very many minutes and wouldn't be going into him at this point in time. And that'll do us for this game.